If you need to apply for Florida Medicaid, but you've been told that there's a wait list, this video explains exactly what that means and what you can do next. Here's something that shocks most people when they go to apply for Medicaid. You can qualify, you meet all of the financial requirements for Florida Medicaid, and still not be able to receive that long-term care, those long-term care services immediately. And that's because Florida operates under managed care and a waiver system that includes wait lists and priority scoring. So if you're able to apply for Medicaid, to help you with the cost of care associated with, say, home health assistance or ALF assisted living facilities, you need to understand how that Florida Medicaid wait list actually works. There is no wait list if you're applying for nursing home care after a certain period of being in a nursing home care or rehab center. But for home-based services or assisted living facility under Florida's program, there may be a wait list. There's priority scoring and there's delays in enrollment. That creates a lot of confusion and frustration and a lot of financial stress, more importantly. So let's break down how Florida's long-term care works in 2026, okay? So first thing that happens is that you call the local agency that handles Medicaid in your county, and they do what's called a CARES assessment. So before enrolling in the wait list, you have to go through this process where they assess your need, okay? They determine whether the applicant, the patient, meets nursing home care level or whether they need assistance at home. They talk about functional needs, medical necessity. Without medical eligibility, financial approval alone is not enough. And so there has to be a medical need. That's number one, okay? The Florida Medicaid waitlist for home-based, for community-based assistance, it uses a priority scoring system. So applicants are ranked based on medical urgency, the risk of institutionalization, safety concerns, crisis situations. All higher priority cases are called off the wait list much faster versus lower priority cases, right? So Florida Medicaid wait list, the waiting time can vary. It varies depending on the county, it varies depending on funding availability and the applicant's score, okay? There is no guaranteed timeline in this process. Sometimes you get called off very quickly, sometimes you're waiting months and months. Okay, so an important distinction is if someone is already residing in a nursing home and financially eligible. Medicaid typically begins paying once the applicant has been approved. So the wait list primarily impacts those seeking services at home or assisted living facilities, okay? This is a major point of confusion in Florida Medicaid planning, that nursing home assistance for Medicaid does not have a wait list, okay? But if you are on the wait list, what should you do while you're waiting? While you're on the wait list, consider private care, obviously privately for a time being temporarily. Explore veterans benefits, possibly veterans pension benefits are excellent if you qualify or if your deceased veteran spouse can qualify. Long-term care insurance. Gather all the documents that you're going to need. Monitor the communications with DCF, call them, follow up, make sure you're on the wait list and depending on your on your priority scoring where you are, okay? Consistent follow-up is good and should be done. Once you're called off the wait list, though, you will receive a letter in the mail, an actual letter in the mail, and you have to then begin the application process. At that point, you have to qualify financially with your income and assets, which we discussed on a previous video what those are. You have to meet the medical level of care, and that is a separate process from the wait list, okay? That's, again, another point of confusion. So the wait list helps you you need to set some realistic expectations, because you need to know, how much you need to plan for. And in a crisis situation, that's very difficult. But taking it one step at a time is really, really necessary. And understanding how the process works is part of that, keeping your stress level at a lower rate if possible, okay? Being financially eligible during this waiting period is really helpful, because then once you're called off the wait list, then you're ready to go, you apply, you submit, and you're good to go, okay? So the waiting period can help you prepare. Just make sure that you're on that wait list if it applies to you, okay? If you've watched this entire Florida Medicaid series, you now understand who qualifies, how to become eligible, how to apply, and how the wait list works. If you want to evaluate your specific situation under Florida Medicaid rules, we can review your specific case privately on a one-on-one telephone strategy session. We can do that with you. You can go either to our website, which will be on the screen here or down below in the description, or you can call our office and schedule a strategy session with me. Okay, and if you've missed any or earlier the videos in this Florida Medicaid series, please go back and review them all, and it'll give you a really good understanding of the entire process and help eliminate some of that confusion. Okay, I hope this has served you well. We'll see you on the next one.